What is going on, guys? I know I started the stream just a few minutes early today, but that's okay. I tried to schedule it out. I had not done that previously, so we scheduled one out. We're doing a little live stream today, just talking about a couple of guns in the collection. Give me 1 second here. I'm fighting with my technology. Yeah, so happy Saturday night for the YouTube AI chat moderators. There are no firearm sales on the channel. And for everyone that's going to be joining us tonight, we obviously appreciate you joining us. The three guns that we have on the table here today are going to be a custom Glock 17 Gen 3 with a suppressor. We also are going to have a kind of like XM4 clone-esque. Of course, was playing a little bit of Call of Duty today, so this one was kind of speaking to me today. And then we also have the SIG P226 ZEV, which everyone just seems to love for some reason, and that's okay. Dylan Martin Fishing, welcome back to the live stream. Sweet AR, he says, thank you. Actually have not featured this AR a super ton yet on the channel. So I figured today would be a good little opportunity just to kind of bring it out and talk about it a little bit, I guess, in a sense. I think I titled this video like XM4 and other stuff and blah, blah, blah. So kind of thought it was just like a little bit interesting because, you know, obviously I know like what the M4 is, but I guess I wasn't really incredibly aware of some of the specifics. I guess the biggest specific to the XM or to the M4, like in real life, right? 14.5 inch barrel. This barrel length is actually a 16-inch barrel. So not exactly a true clone of the M4 rifle, but you know, whatever, close fucking enough. AR-15s are banned by name here in Massachusetts. Man, that fucking sucks. Dylan, for as much as you're into guns, I feel like Massachusetts is a little bit of a rough state for you, bro. But yeah, no, AR-15s, I am usually more of a AK dude. But I do love ARs. So the 16-inch barrel gives you more powder burn. Yeah, for sure. To be incredibly honest, this barrel on this gun is a little bit like trashed. There's a couple reasons for that. So actually, this is actually one of the first it's actually the first AR I bought. Of course, I have since like customized the shit out of it. I have a muzzle device, like a comp. I like your suitcase. Ah, yes, the carry handle. I do have more of a high-speed tactical AR variant that I run. That one's in 300 blackout. I like that one quite a bit, but it's something about like the old school vibes of this one specifically that does it for me. I can't touch these guns because it's YouTube live, but I do have the metal, like aluminum mag, which is kind of old school. I am rocking the quad rail with the old school style A2 gas block. Also threw like a fairly traditional looking vertical grip on this guy as well. Of course, the carry handle, so it kind of all aesthetically fits the vibe. And then, of course, I am running the fixed stock on this one too, just to kind of complete the vibes. I do actually really like the muzzle device on this one. So the muzzle device I'm running is is the Griffin Armament Warhammer comp, I believe is the name of it. And I actually have some pretty cool footage of this gun shooting very high speed at the range at dark. And with the compensator on this one specifically, it's kind of cool because it creates like a pretty perfect like X pattern that you could really appreciate when I was doing like that night shoot at the range. So that's a super cool video. I think when I was doing that video, it was Halloween, and it was called like a zombie shoot. And they had it was all dark, like the range was dark, and they had these like neon zombie like targets and stuff. It was kind of cool. So I'm not really quite sure if I'm allowed to talk about. I enjoyed the video from earlier. Well, thank you, Dylan. Which one did I literally just edited it and posted it. It was, about the holsters. Yeah. I think holsters are a very interesting topic, and yeah, we'll get into the weeds today too, because I do have like a real crappy fake Surefire on this handgun, and I absolutely hate it. But I think you don't always need to spend the most money on gun stuff. Obviously, we'll talk about this crappy Surefire and why I hate that one. But I think in general, like holsters specifically, like you don't necessarily need the most high end top of the line holsters. Did you have night vision for that night shoot? No, it was just like they just turned off all the lights. It was actually kind of difficult to like shoot because like I remember I brought the RPK, I brought this gun as well, and I'm sitting there like it was pitch black, and I'm like using my like cell phone light to like load mags and stuff. I mean, obviously, I had a weapon light, I think, on this gun, like my real Surefire on that one. But like, you know, there's a bunch of other people at the range, so you really can't be like flagging everybody when you're doing that. But I do have actually a pretty cool trigger in this one. This is the FRT 15 or whatever FRT trigger, and I was able to test that out pretty recently when I did that night shoot at the range. So I think I actually posted that video on Halloween, so it's you probably have to scroll a little bit further back through the whatever the hell feed. But so I don't own any pistol holsters because I can't own handguns yet, but I do have a saddle holster from a Winchester. Yeah, there's just so many holster options that you can kind of get lost in the sauce. For my experience, like with holsters, I mean, I know you watched that video, Dylan, earlier, but like really my recommendation is buy like 4 of them on Amazon that you're interested in, like feel them, wear them, and return the ones you don't like. I've kind of gotten scammed into a couple of like super gimmicky holsters. Like I said, that MSP holster I bought from Tier 1 Concealment, I just don't like, I literally don't fucking use it. And it sucks because that was like $130 plus. Like it's a cool idea because like I said, it fits the Surefire light. So you can like flop this flashlight over to this gun and then you could use both of them in the same holster. But it's just kind of, it's super big, it's super bulky, it doesn't really fit any particular gun well. So it's kind of like a little bit of a waste, in my opinion. I don't know. I have like that that fucking Timu holster I bought for like a couple bucks, and that one's a little shitty too. But at the end of the day, for a lot of these holsters, as long as they're just like decently put together, I don't think there's any reason that you. I mean, obviously, if you want to spend more money, you can, but I don't think there's any reason at all that you need to fucking spend like over $50 on a holster if you don't want. That red one looked uncomfortable to wear concealed. Yeah, so that was the Tier 1 Concealment. That was the most expensive holster I have. And dude, it sucks. I don't know. Even with running a light, like there's just that holster does not need to be that big, and it's incredibly uncomfortable. Like you almost need to get like pair of jeans that's like 3 sizes too big just to even like fit that guy in the waistband. I mean, it does kind of it's fun for the range in a sense that like you can very easily switch your flashlights to like different guns and you know, run whatever gun you want out of the holster. But I mean, in my opinion, I'd much rather just have a holster that would fit like the gun in particular and not necessarily like the flashlight. The holsters fitting the flashlights are cool, but yeah, I don't know. They don't work like, I mean, they work okay, but they don't fit the particulars of each gun. So it makes them a little bit more bulky and like kind of a little bit of a pain in the ass to use. So the guns we got out on today are kind of this custom 16-inch AR-15 that we kind of old school vibes out. We got the 226 Zev that's always on the channel. And then we have a custom Glock 17 that I don't think I've really had this one out on the channel too much, so we can talk about her a little bit. I think one interesting piece to chat about on this one is the fake Surefire that I have on front. So I bought this, I think, on eBay for like I want to say it was actually closer to $30. And I knew it was shitty. I knew it was fake. I wanted a FDE Surefire to run on this gun, and I didn't really want to spend like $300+ on a new Surefire. So I figured I'd just give her a try. I mean, as you can see, the color is fucking off. I actually cracked the front of the lens already on this guy too, because I shot this gun with a compensator with the flashlight, and the flashlight lens just immediately exploded. So I've wanting to pick up a 20 gauge double barrel. Any recommendations? I don't really have any specific brands in mind. I do like my Ithaca shotguns. I do like my Benelli shotguns, but there's a lot of good double barrels out there. I feel like for some reason, double barrels, like side by side and over unders, are just like kind of a little expensive for what they are, I guess, in a sense. But I guess you can kind of almost argue the same thing with revolvers then too. Not any particular recommendations that I have for you, unfortunately, boss. But yeah, so this just that fucking light on this one, I just got off eBay then for like $30. The cool thing about it is that it does fit the Surefire holsters, but the light itself is kind of shitty. It does turn on, like it is a, quote unquote, like functional flashlight, right? But it really doesn't like, what am I trying to say? It's not very bright, and I've obviously already cracked the lens and fucked it up. So this Glock, we're also running on the SCT Glock gun frame that you can get the completed SCT Glock 17 Gen 3 frame for $100. So I thought that was a very good deal in a sense that it comes with obviously the fucking frame, but all of the like internals and guts. So the trigger, the takedown levers, the mag release, the slide release, all comes with the slide or with the frame. So you can literally buy this for $100. You do have to ship it to an FFL because it's a completed frame, but you slap whatever slide you want on and you are good to go. Again, I kind of just wanted to fit the FDE frame with the FDE slide. Also running a Griffin Armament suppressor right now on this one just to have a little fun with it. Can you see the suppressor move up and down with the barrel on that Glock? Like when you're shooting, I mean, yeah, but it's so fast. Like it's such a fast little like tilt barrel up and down that I don't really think it makes too much of a difference. I mean, I really don't even know why I have this suppressor on. I'm not actually a super huge fan of like suppressors on handguns. They're fun, but I think as far as like a practical sense goes, you actually shoot a little bit slower. The gun's a little bit more heavy. It's going to be less reliable. There's going to be a lot more gas. So suppressors on handguns, I mean, I do think they have their place. But in my, to critique myself a little bit here, like this suppressor is not necessarily a like dedicated pistol suppressor. I've seen videos with people with 16-inch Glock barrels, and it's hilarious. Yeah, well, a lot of people buy those barrels for those like weird conversion kits and shit, which they're cool, but I don't know. I feel like anytime you're doing like any sort of conversion kit, it actually kind of ends up being just a little bit shittier overall. Like when you're trying to make a pistol a PCC, it doesn't really work out as well as just like a normal PCC would. But yeah, I've seen the 16-inch Glock barrels are incredibly ridiculous, but it's actually kind of interesting that they still kind of like work and cycle even with those ridiculous barrel lengths. On the Glock here, I am also running the Trijicon suppressor height night sights, which I actually do really like, and a little bit of that fucking goon tape or whatever it is on the frame here, because for some reason this SCT frame didn't really fit my hand very well. It just seems like a very thin and skinny frame for what it is. I do not like this as much as the OEM Glock or the OEM Glock frame. For the frame, just the OEM Glock 17 Gen 3 frame, I feel like fits a lot better overall, just in my hand. And this slide, so this slide does have an optics cut, and that's why I ended up getting it, because I do like to switch optics on and off this slide. But the slide, like the aftermarket slides, always feel a little bit lighter to me, which isn't a bad thing, but I do think it makes the gun a little bit more snappy when you're shooting it. So I actually do kind of really prefer the OEM Glock slides. I'm trying to think about anything super cool to say about the AR. So not really any incredibly fancy furniture. Arrow precision lower, just a standard Magpul MOE pistol grip. This is a 16-inch Colt barrel, which was kind of made to be like a selling point to me when I bought the gun. They're like, oh, Colt barrel, real good barrel, I did buy this one used, obviously, and this was a good handful of years ago, but I think the barrel is shot out. Whenever I take this to the range, I mean, obviously I am rocking just iron sights, But my groups on this are just not quite where they need to be. They're not terrible, but I think maybe about a year or so ago, I ended up throwing like a 12x scope on this just to see if I could like really hone it in. And at 100 yards, I mean, I was shooting like 4 or 5 MOA, which is really bad. That being said, I do, obviously I have the FRT trigger in this gun right now. So I think that may be a component to why the barrel sucks now, because I've just dumped hundreds of rounds super fast through it. The other thing that I question, I should just bring it out, but I have like one of those little the 22 conversion kits where it's just all you have to do is replace the bolt and the mag, and it comes in a kit, and you can shoot 22 LR out of your AR-15s. Why would you want to do that? It's cheaper. It's a fun little like training exercise whenever I'm bringing like a girl who doesn't really shoot to the range that often. I like to throw her the 22 LR AR-15 and just have them get a handle on the controls. I used to have the Franklin Armory binary trigger in this one as well, and that was actually a ton of fun to run with the 22 LR conversion kit because you could fucking just dump those 22 rounds. Are you a big Trijicon fan? Personally, I like Leupold and Vortex. So I'm actually a really big Hollow Sun fan. I think Trijicon has great optics. It's hard for me to stomach. Not that it's hard for me to stomach paying like $600 for an RMR, but like I could buy an RMR or I could just buy a new fucking gun. You know what I mean? Like I'd love to get like a Glock 45. I'd love to get like, there's a couple of 1911s I'm looking at, the PSA crank, and like obviously the crank and some of the more expensive guns are going to run you over $600, but I could like legit buy fucking another Glock for $600. So it's kind of, I'm a little bit hard pressed to buy a $600 optic. Range dates. Yeah, I've gone on a lot of range dates actually. Obviously not like for first dates, but I would say there have been a good handful of girls I've taken to shoot at the range with me. I recently bought a Savage MK2 22 LR just for plinking. I love the 22 calibers. One of my favorite setups to shoot is I have the Ruger Mark IV Tactical, and then I throw this big ridiculous suppressor on the end of it. And it is just a ton of fun. It's super quiet. You don't need ear pro, and you could just really get after it because especially with that big ridiculous suppressor up front, there is just there's no recoil with the 22 LR anyways. But especially with like that big old suppressor in the front, there really is no fucking recoil. Goose Hat asks, am I a shotgun fan? I am. We had I think that was last night, the other day. Hey, Andy, what's up? I think we had a Ithaca 12 gauge pump action shotgun here on the table, and we were chatting a little bit about that. A lot of my hunting is with a over-under 12 gauge double barrel. So I do like me some shotguns. As far as like tactical shotguns and stuff, I do have Sega 12 clone on the channel. Have you heard of the 22 LR CB caps? They sound like a pellet gun. I have not. I have not heard of those, but I mean, obviously I have this suppressor that works on 22 LR through like 450 Bushmaster. So I usually do like to slop this guy on and off the 22s whenever I'm at the range. And kind of the cool thing about this suppressor specifically, so this one is the Bushwhacker 46 by Griffin Armament. And it's actually like a user serviceable suppressor, which means I can take the baffles off and clean them. So even though the suppressors get really dirty with rimfire calibers and cartridges, you can actually clean some of these suppressors. Hey, I just got my first AR and the rear grip is pretty bad. Which mag pull grip would you recommend? Yeah. So on this one, I just have like the MOE fucking plastic one. It fits the vibe of this gun, just kind of being old school, but I really like just the Magpul rubberized AR pistol grip. It makes a huge difference to have a rubberized AR grip. You're not going to go wrong with the Magpul one. I would maybe just browse like Optics Planet and just type in like rubberized AR grip and just kind of see if there's a style that you like a little bit more than others. I do really like my rubberized Magpul grip. I have that one on kind of my more high speed tactical AR setup. And it's great. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but I don't know. I kind of like to encourage everyone to be different in a sense. Like, I don't know. It drives me nuts when someone pulls out their AR and like, or let's just talk about like the most basic setup. Like I'm picturing, the Daniel Defense Mark 18 and then a Glock 19 with an RMR and like a Surefire. It's like everyone fucking has that. Like switch it up a little bit. And what foregrip? I'm a huge fan of vertical grips in general. So this is, I don't even know what brand this one is. I'm sure it's on there somewhere. Pro Mag. So this is a Pro Mag vertical grip. Again, for this grip specifically, I feel like it really fit like the old school M4 vibes of this build in particular. Any sort of vertical grip is really going to be my preference, especially if it is like a 16-inch full-size gun. I think you really get a lot of benefits with the vertical grip when compared to like I fucking hate angled foregrips. I don't know what it is, but like I actually feel like I would much rather just have nothing than an angled foregrip. At least with nothing, you can kind of C-clamp around. With an angled foregrip, I don't know. I just feel like I always get like a really weird hand placement. Vertical grips would definitely be my top option. I actually am not a super huge fan of Magpul's vertical grips. I think they're just kind of like they're this texture. They're just kind of that like shitty plastic texture. I think they do make rubberized ones, but I would recommend some sort of like just some sort of vertical grip or some sort of hand stop. The Handbrake by Emissary Development. I'm running that on my other AR that I have in the collection, and I like that one quite a bit. It just gives your hand a really good place to like butt up against and C-clamp. And that's kind of one of the benefits with the vertical grip. I'm not really running it like a fucking, idiot and grabbing it this way. I am still running it C-clamped, but it's just more comfortable. And the other thing to kind of think of, and I don't think I've ever really done this in practice, but with vertical grips, you could also like kind of butt that vertical grip up against a barrier if you needed to shoot off a barrier. Did you know that the forward assist was not part of Eugene Stoner's original design for the AR-15? It was added to use by the government when they adopted the platform in the N16. I did not know that. That's an interesting little fun fact there. I know the forward assist is like, pretty much a vestigial organ of the AR-15 in a sense where like you don't really use it. But Google a picture if you haven't seen one of an AR without the forward assist, and something just doesn't look right. Like the AR is just now married to the forward assist. I remember watching some videos on this like back in the day, and someone was arguing that like I don't know, like if you're shooting it suppressed or you're trying to be like really, really quiet with it, like instead of like, grabbing the charging handle, racking the bolt and letting it slam forward, to like very slowly release the charging handle and then like pushing on the forward assist to make sure the bolt's in battery. So you're not making a lot of noise slamming the bolt forward. Interesting to think about, I guess, in a sense, but I'm not sure if anyone like has actually ever done that in practice. And for the rear grip, I was considering either the K2 Plus or the rubberized one. Okay, so I pulled a pro gamer move and I brought my laptop out today so I can Google the shit you guys are asking about, because I feel like a fucking idiot sometimes when you guys are like, what do you think of this? And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is. So let me Google this K2 Plus pistol grip. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, it's the Magpul one. Oh wait, is this the one that like fucking? There's some grips. Oh man, I really don't want to say it's Strike Industry if it's not, but I really think it is though. The Strike Industries pistol grip. It's got like an adjustable cant to it. I think that would be kind of cool. Because obviously with these, it's just one solid piece of plastic. You're not really able to adjust the grip angle. But I think Strike Industry makes one now that you can like screw forward or backward to adjust the grip angle. I mean, I'm pretty used to this grip angle, obviously, but I do think it would be cool to be able to adjust it. I do think it would be cool to adjust it. LOL, says Andy. Yeah. Maybe check out that Strike Industries one. I know Strike Industries is kind of like, I don't want to say they're shitty because they're not shitty, but I feel like I bought some Strike Industries stuff that's worked really well and some Strike Industries stuff that has like not really worked well at all. The one piece that comes to mind specifically is for my like quote unquote stock Glock build. I did actually end up replacing the mag release with a Strike Industries mag release, and I really liked that. It came with two different buttons that you could screw on and screw off, change them real easily. And it was a real cheap, like I think like $15 or $20 piece, because the mag release on these like Glock Gen 3s is just fucking abysmal. It's really hard to actuate, it's really hard to hit, and it's an entirely like large pain in the ass. For my like, oh shit, for my like home defense Glock, I really didn't bring out or change out too many of the internal parts and pieces on it, just because I, wanted to keep kind of some of that stock Glock reliability. But one of the pieces that I absolutely did change was that fucking mag release, because it's just god awful. If you're just joining the stream, appreciate you joining the stream. I would appreciate a subscribe to the channel. Check it out. We got tons of content dropping all the time. For the YouTube AI chat moderators, there are no firearm sales on the channel. And it's fucking Saturday night. We're all being a little bit lame, hanging out on YouTube today and not like going out with the ladies. But yeah, so talking about the guns we have on the table today, we have the Sig Sauer P226 Zev that everyone seems to love. We have this like XM4 clone, Call of Duty's Black Ops 6 style AR-15 build that we were chatting a little bit about. And then we have Glock 17 Gen 3 kind of fully aftermarket builded is the proper way to say that for sure. Oh, Dylan Martin Fishing said shot a half a 6-pointer this morning. Would you use to shoot him, man? I don't remember. I know we were talking about hunting. I don't remember if you were doing bow or gun. Oh yeah, we got the RPK still hanging out. I really do need to put the RPK away. 12 gauge. How many yards do you take them from? Sorry. Sorry, I'm throwing a dip in. All right. What's your favorite 5.56 ammo? So I have, fuck it. We'll take you on a little adventure here. I have no preference when it comes to range ammo, but I use for hunting and stuff. I have all my bullets in this little like closet here. Let's see if I can find it. I know I got it around here somewhere. Here we go. Federal Premium Law Enforcement, 55 grain. I know some people might shit on me for using like 55 grain rounds, but this is what I zero everything with usually. So this is what I use for hog hunting or any sort of varmint hunting as well. And these would work great for self-defense rounds. So Federal Premium Law Enforcement, there's Tactical True on it. Super cool. Also, are those 50 cal? No, I have no 50 cal hanging out. I have the fucking Dragon's Breath rounds for the 12 gauge, 22, what is this? 44 mag. I don't know. I got a little bit of everything. I don't even know what the fuck these are. What are these for? Oh, 44 mag again. Got the good old fashioned snake shot for 357. Dude, I love these ones too. The 22 shorts. They just look nice and retarded. Yeah, I'm running out of AK rounds. This is all I have. It's just kind of sad. This is where I shoot the most. But yeah, there's my little ammo closet. I guess since we're up and about, wait, hold on. I gotta get my spit cup real quick. Sorry. Let's get a whole little tour of my house today. Do you have a shotgun 45 gauge? No, I mean, I do have a bunch of shotguns, but nothing, I don't know what a 45 gauge is. Yeah, so here's the gun room. I think someone was asking for a little tour of the gun room. So this is where I do a lot of my filming here. Just kind of have like a bunch of shit everywhere. Some of the lights, so I can give you guys a little bit of a higher production value. There's like one of the gun racks I have. I know everyone always loves the Rifle Dynamics Quick Hatch. This is kind of my tactical AR that I was chatting very briefly about earlier. It's not fully set up. I don't have the suppressor on it. But yeah, I have some of the deer heads up there. We got a closet with some handguns and other shit. And I have a couple of other gun safes in this room as well, but I don't really want to show it to you right now. Dylan Martin Fishing says, dude, I wish I owned a pool table. Yeah, man, the pool table is actually a ton of fun. I think I ended up getting this one used for like $900 or something, but allegedly this was like a $5,000 pool table at one point. All right. It's a shotgun with 5 barrels and it shoots shells the size of 50 cal. Wait, hold on. Let's Google this. Shotgun 45 gauge. We have the computer power set. I think we may have incepted this a little bit. Sorry. Because I saw someone on Instagram post this 45 gauge. What are the rounds that it shoots? It's a shotgun with 5 barrels. Oh, I want one now. Like this kind of thing? That'd be dope. I'm not quite sure how practical that would be, but you know. I need to keep rolling through these Zins so I can make the Zin suppressor. I'm really excited about that project. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. I think it should just be pretty easy to like screw a hole like with a screwdriver through the center of all these tins. If anyone has any suggestions on how I could actually like connect this functionally, I would love to hear it because, all right, so like this suppressor has like the pistol booster and shit. Obviously, I don't think I could do that, but I bet I could like tape one of the taper mounts to it. Shotgun calibers go in reverse order, so a 45 gauge would be very small compared to a 12 or 20 gauge. Yeah, that's a good point. But I think I kind of do fuck with the look of the revolver-esque shotgun. I think that's pretty badass. Also, just kind of curious, does anyone have any experience with like a sawed-off double barrel? Because I have been considering getting like one of the Stagecoach 12 gauges and like sawing it off in the garage, obviously like doing the whole SBR thing for that, and just kind of seeing how it functions and shoots. That's another little project I've been teasing. Man, we're not really doing great on the live stream here today. Everyone's probably out and about. Hey, if you guys could do me a favor, this is something that I read on some sort of, oh yeah, Dylan, the short-barreled shotguns. If you guys could all refresh the live stream, apparently that like helps boost it in the algorithm. So maybe we can get more friends. So if you could refresh the live stream, let's see if that does fucking anything. And if you're just getting in, I appreciate everybody tuning into the channel today. I would really love it if you could subscribe, find it in your heart for a precious little subscription. It would mean the world to me. For some reason, the videos I posted today didn't really do super well, so I'm like kind of barking for subscribers. Get a Bullpup shotgun if you want a room clearing shorty. Okay, so I actually shot a Bullpup 12 gauge for the first time not all that long ago. I believe it was, I think I have a video shooting a Zin tin actually with it. It was the DP12, and it just felt like the most baptized by fire. Hey man, I'm glad to catch you live. Great videos today. Wow, dude, thank you. I appreciate that. I was just kind of shitting on my videos today. I thought the Saber video was good. I thought the long form video was interesting, but just the YouTube algorithm is very like biased against any sort of gun content. So I think I don't think it really pushes the long forms. KSG Keltec, probably. The DP12 is okay, just very wonky. Dude, 100%. You pick it up and like, okay, and I'm not like a bitch when it comes to like wonky weight distributed guns. Like I love shooting the RPK with the bipod deployed and the suppressor and just like, dude, fuck it, let's fucking throw it. Like, let's throw it up. And I want to give my lefty here a good workout, a good arm day shooting the RPK. But the DP12, like, it felt like there was 800 pounds like in the stock. Like, it felt so incredibly ass heavy. And when you're shooting it, like it had some fucking recoil to it. Not anything like abysmal, really. But you know, especially because I have that like short barrel Sega 12 clone, and I mean that gun's got a little bit of recoil too. But the DP12 just was a very wonky weapon system. It was really so it was First Shot Tacticals, so he let me shoot it, which I do really appreciate him letting me shoot all his shit when we hang out. So shout out to him. I know he doesn't watch my live streams, but he's a cool dude. He's another gun tuber, and he's super hella popular. But anyways, where the fuck was I going with that? Yeah, the DP12 is just kind of like wonky as fuck. I kind of want the KSG just because of the two tubes you could switch between. Now that I actually see a huge benefit of. I used to own a KSG because of John Wick, but ended up trading it for a semi-auto Beretta A300 Ultimate Patrol. Well, you can't go wrong with that, man, either. I love the Beretta shotguns. Dude, speaking of John Wick, not that this is the John Wick gun, but it's more John Wicky, I guess. But the one of the gun stores by me had the Terran Tactical Pit Viper, like the John Wick handgun. So I think I have one or two videos on the channel of me just like kind of playing with that at the gun store because they were nice enough to get it out of the case for me. But dude, I cannot believe that gun is $7,500 and does not come with a fucking optics cut. That blows my fucking mind. It truly blows my mind. If I'm going to spend $8,000 on a gun with tax, like it needs to come with a fucking optics cut. And I remember bitching to the guy at the store about it just briefly. Like, nah, I'm never going to fucking own that gun. There's no way. But what was I fucking saying? But he was like, oh, like just buy the Sand Viper. And I was like, I don't want like, dude, if I'm buying the John Wick gun, like I want the John Wick gun. I don't want like the knockoff FDE clone. That's because Terran Tactical is a soy boy and all he cares about is money. I don't know if I can speak to that either way because I have never shot a Terran Tactical anything, but like it makes me want to vomit when I see like their what is it, a Glock? It's not a Glock 17. What is it? What is their Glock they make? The slightly longer 9mm Glock, whatever the fuck it is. 32, does that sound right? I don't know. But that, like, the Terran Tactical Glocks are fucking $5,000. Can you fucking imagine spending $5,000 on a goddamn Glock? Like, you would have to be out of your fucking 34. Thank you, baptized by fire. I cannot, in no world would I spend $5,000 on a fucking Glock. There's no way. I own a Canik TTI Combat, probably the only TTI gun I'll ever own, man. Do you like it? Yeah, dude, I don't know. For Glocks, I do love my stock Glock 17, and I have that on the channel quite a bit. But this gun, like, obviously, if you take off the suppressor, right, because that's, going to be a little bit costly. But I think this gun, like, you could put together a Glock 17 for, like, $300. I think this one specifically, the slide was $100, the threaded barrel was $100, and the completed frame was $100. Obviously, the Trijicon night sights I think were $100 too. But if you could, you just get some fucking metal OEM Glock sights or something for like $20 and slap them on. I want to get one of those A300 Patrol or a Mossberg 940. Yeah, that'd be cool. I do like shotguns. I think shotguns are a ton of fun to shoot. And it's always kind of a little bit like nostalgic for me because that's kind of what I did grow up shooting. It's great. We're talking about this Canik TTI. I'm going to Google that because I have the computer out today. K-A-N-I-K. TTI Combat, you said? Ooh. So that's this one we're talking about? I subscribe, by the way. Oh, thank you, Drizzy with the Glizzy. I love a new subscriber. It's great, man. I haven't had any issues with it. TBH, it's snappy but manageable. It's snappy even with that comp on it? That looks like a pretty large comp. How much are they charging for this? Let's see. It's got... All right, so that's a $900. Yeah, I guess that's not a bad deal for $900, but it's surprising to me that it's that snappy even with the comp. Dylan Martin Fishing, didn't you mention you have a Chris Vector? Yeah, I do. It's actually in that gun room somewhere. I like the Chris Vector. That one's chambered in 45. I don't have any complaints with it. I would personally rather, like if I'm going with a shorty, I'd prefer probably having like a short barreled AR or an AK just for the ergonomics. He shoots 124 grain. 124 grain seems to be what everyone really enjoys to shoot. I like the 124 grain. I usually just for range ammo try and just rock the 115 just because it's a little bit cheaper. Get any closer and the YouTube bots are going to have a seizure. Yeah. I usually get pretty close up. Only one of my lives has gotten like fucking kicked before. So yeah, that's one of the weird things about the YouTube lives is I can't touch any of the guns, which kind of sucks because I really would like to do a YouTube live where I would just like do the self-facing camera and like go through a lot of the guns and all that stuff. But I can't. Hey, I have a Chris Vector 2. It's in 45. It's my second SBR. I like it. It's a cool gun, man. My biggest complaint... Well, I think they're kind of addressing some of my complaints with the Vector in their Gen 3s, but I'm not buying another one. I know with the Gen 3 Vectors, you can change, like it's just a standard AR pistol grip with the Gen 3s, so I think that's pretty cool. So you could change out the pistol grip on the Vectors Gen 3. Honestly, my least favorite part about the Vector, and I don't know, I really am not like a huge polymer frame gun fan. I got a few things in the mail today. 100-round KCL drum, Kung Fu grip, and a few PMags. I got to Google what this Kung Fu grip is. But what for your 100-round KCL drum, is that for an AR or an AK? Is that Kung Fu grip? Here's what we're talking about. Is that oh Jesus Christ, sorry guys. Is that rubber or is it like just polymer? Yeah, you'll have to let me know how that 100-round KCL works. Every time I end up getting a drum mag, I feel like I end up sending it, not sending it, but selling it because it doesn't fucking work. Have you ever shot a full auto gun? Yeah, I've shot a ton of full auto guns, and they are a absolute fucking blast. My favorite gun to shoot full auto that I have shot, because I've shot I've shot full auto AKs. I've shot full auto ARs. I haven't shot the Vector full auto. The MP5 is a ton of fun to shoot full auto, but like, I feel like this is, all right, so the whole point of the MP5, right, is to like really decrease recoil. And it is incredibly smooth to shoot a full auto MP5. But like, for some reason, it kind of, not that it's not fun, it's fucking fun, but it takes away some of the, I don't know, some of the vibes of shooting a full auto gun. My favorite gun to shoot full auto is the Glock 17 or a Glock 18. It is incredibly hard to keep them on target, but shooting the Glocks full auto is a ton of fucking fun. What is, what is your favorite rifle system? I love AKs. So I would say I have like a shorty AK that I always have on the channel, and that's probably my favorite one to shoot. Shooting a, oh, sorry, I must kick back here. Sorry, I'm reading is bad. Shooting a full auto Vector is mind-blowing. All I'm saying is hold on. Dude, I can't imagine. The Vector has, I think, what, like pretty much the quickest fire rate of a lot of those fucking guns. I heard the 9mm Vector is way easier to control on full auto. Yeah, I'm sure it is. 9mm is just going to be easier to control than 45. Any thoughts on those force reset triggers? They look fun too. So this may or may not be a FRT in this gun right here. When the FRTs work, they work incredibly well, and they are a ton of fucking fun. Yeah, 1,200 rounds per minute for the full auto Vector. That's dope. I'd like to get a CZ Shadow 2. I've heard the TSO is better, but such a light trigger may not be best for someone like me who's still new to guns. Yeah. I mean, a lighter trigger is always going to be more fun. If you ever can. So this one, I actually do have an adjustable trigger on it. So you can adjust the pre-travel and the trigger weight on this guy as well, which is kind of cool because like if I'm running it in like home defense setup, I guess I could have a little bit of a heavier trigger pull. But if I wanted to run it as like a range toy, you could really lighten up the trigger pull. I don't really understand for a gun with a safety, like this one, I really don't mind having a super light trigger pull on it just because you have the safety, right? Now, I don't think I would run a like EDC Glock with a super light trigger. I don't know, just for me being paranoid, but you'd probably get away with it fine. If you guys are just joining the stream, appreciate you joining. If you could hit the channel with subscribe, I would really fucking appreciate it. When I decide to cough up a couple grand to buy a pre-ban AR, I think I'll get an FRT for it. Yeah, you should. My biggest FRT recommendation is to get one of the FRTs that has 3 positions, like the safe, semi, and send it. Just because like when the FRTs don't work, which they won't work 100% of the time, at least that's been my experience, you want to have at least a semi trigger. Subscribed. Very few worthwhile 2A live channels. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. So yeah, we've been doing a ton of lives on the channel recently, and I do really like them because I get to, you know, I feel like in any genre, I feel like it's really easy to get caught up in your own little world, and I don't really like doing that. Like I kind of like to see what y'all are interested in and what kind of guns you guys are thinking about and what kind of guns y'all are running. So I have really been enjoying the live streams, and I love the comments. Like you guys are always fucking, it's always a really good time. It's always really fun for me to do these. Have you guys seen the Gold Digger CZ Shadow? It looks dope. Let's Google it. Man, you like your CZs. What is it called? The Gold Digger CZ Shadow. Oh, that does look pretty cool. Um, I have a Geisley trigger in my DDM4 V7. I love how fast I can shoot it with that shit. It's so fun, man. Yeah, honestly, like that's a lot of. I think I have a couple of videos talking about like the Franklin Armory binary trigger, and for the cost of a Franklin Armory binary trigger, they're like $300. I think I would rather prefer. I would prefer a Geisley over that. The binary triggers, kind of like the FRT triggers, are fun if they run. Fun if they run, but a lot of times, unfortunately, they don't run or they don't run incredibly reliably, which is kind of a poopy. Bought my first gun in October, although I'm almost 50. What's a good beginner AR? I don't mind paying for quality. To be incredibly honest, my thoughts on buying ARs, you're not going to go wrong. Like if you want a quality AR, Daniel Defense is going to be a quality AR, and they're expensive, but they're not like ridiculously out of a lot of people's budgets. But my AR advice would be to build one from the ground up, and it's really not a daunting task. The other AR that I have in the room, I don't even know where it is. I built that one from the ground up, and I just had a lot of fun with it. Um, I did buy I did buy this AR first. I ended up replacing a lot of parts, and I got comfortable with the AR platform and switching out takedown pins and triggers and barrels and all that stuff. But I think if you wanted your first AR-15, I think it would be a really good experience for you to build it. It's something that you can do in the living room with pretty much no super specialty tools. I would probably recommend buying a stripped lower and a completed upper. And with your stripped lower, you could buy the stock you want, you could buy the grip you want, you could buy the trigger you want, you could buy the safety you want. The AR lowers are incredibly easy to put together. I don't have any videos on like a step-by-step tutorial on how to put it together an AR-15 lower. I'm sure I'll do one in the future. But my buddy First Shot Tactical on his channel actually has some really good long form videos on how to do AR like assemblies and shit. But yeah, the only kind of bitch to put together as far as an AR goes, and it's not hard. You just need the right tool. Is just going to be torquing the barrel into the receiver. So I'd probably recommend buying a stripped lower, picking out the trigger you want, the pistol grip, the stock, all that stuff. And then just buying a completed upper. Because like I said, the barrel is really the only bitch to put in. Sorry, I'm fucking lost in the comments. I had a very bad experience with the Franklin binary trigger in my Arrow AR build. I kept outrunning it. Yeah. You might try changing out the buffer. I think they recommend like an H2 buffer. Which dude, I don't know. I played that game with the Franklin Armory trigger, like switching out the buffer springs and the buffer weights, and I really did my best to get it to run. And sometimes it runs flawlessly, and other times I outrun it or it jams, and it's just kind of annoying. So I have a Franklin Armory binary. I like it when it runs, but the problem is it doesn't run all that often. Yeah, First Shot has a series. Worst part is that front pin. They make a tool for that front pin, but I think it's worth just struggling through it. BCM all day. I have a few Daniel Defense and wish I'd gone with BCM first. Baptized by Fire, why? I'm just curious. I think they're both good brands, but I don't know. Why would you choose BCM specifically over Daniel Defense? I think about getting an FFL so I can bypass most of the retarded laws we have here in Massachusetts. Honestly, that might not be a bad idea for you. BCM is a good quality brand for beginners. I agree. You will save money depending on your choices building your own as well. Yeah, you'll save a ton of money. And that's something that I realized, like, even with this one, I switched out like all of the parts. I switched out. Oh, I think he retracted his comment, but yeah, he said he liked the front Picatinny rail. So I ended up switching out the rail. I ended up switching out the irons that came with it. I switched out the stock. I switched out the trigger. I think I actually switched out the bolt as well. I don't know what bolt this is. DSG is the bolt that I'm running. So, especially with ARs, like as a first-time AR buyer, it's really tempting to just buy the full AR, but you'll probably end up switching out like every single one of the pieces, which gets a little bit frustrating. I ended up selling that crap. Yeah, the Franklin Armory. I don't, or what are you talking about, Drizzy? I live in Indiana. We have very little gun laws. Hell yeah. Did you heard of the FRT 15 trigger or installed one in your guns? I've heard of it. I have it. Maybe I might have it. It might be installed in the gun in front of you. It may or may not be. I don't know. But yeah, they're super easy to install. It's just one of those things where, at least from my knowledge, the FRT 15 is safe and send it, which kind of sucks because if it's not working, you're fucked. Yeah, the binary AR is what I sold. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't sold it. I think it's fun, but is it worth $300? Probably not. We were talking about BCM versus Dam Defense, so it's mostly a price thing. I have two Mark 18s and a DDM V47. I love them, but the price-wise, I would like to start with the BCM. That's fair. I kind of ended up making this one like almost kind of Daniel Defense-y clone with the quad rail. But I don't know. I do need to buy a better 223 AR. You might have missed me talking about it earlier, but this barrel is kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of shot out a little bit. Stupid question, but do most indoor ranges allow you to fire ARs? There are no stupid questions on the channel, Roy. Let us who have made the mistakes help you before you make them. Yeah, most indoor ranges will let you fucking shoot ARs. The things that I run into problems with are actually my AKs, not because they're AKs or ARs, but ammo. So a lot of indoor ranges won't let you shoot like steel, which is dumb. And a lot of the indoor ranges won't let you shoot magnetic rounds either, which is kind of something I never really thought of. But yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt because for me, especially with range ammo, like I want to buy the cheapest ammo. But especially for AKs, so all right, I want to buy the cheapest ammo, but now I also am looking for a brass ammo and a non-magnetic ammo, and for AKs, a non-corrosive ammo. Not that you can't shoot corrosive, I don't want to deal with it. So for me, I love my AKs. I love 7.62 by 39. I think it's an incredibly fun caliber to shoot. It just kind of sucks to buy bullets for them, especially when you're trying to talk to like indoor ranges and stuff. If you guys are just joining the live stream, welcome. I appreciate any comments, and if you could subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it. We got tons of new content coming all the time, and I've been really enjoying these live streams. So if you're more of a live stream guy or gal, there'll be more live streams. Did you see that range in the UK where the guns are fixed in place and you just shoot them down range? That's kind of worthless. That's funny though. I ordered a 6 Ballistic Advantage 13.9 barrel with the adjustable gas block we talked about the other night with the mil-spec handguard upper receiver. That'll be fun. The gas blocks are always cool, especially if you're playing with suppressors or just to kind of get them light recoiling. My shit hit the fan gun is my Galil Ace Gen 2, and that shit fucks. I've decked it out with an EOTech EXPS3 and the magnifier, BCM vertical grip. I love the BCM vertical grip. I love the ALG trigger as well. Mag pull sling, cloud defense light, it's my baby. That's gotta be a sick fucking build. All right, so I have some experience with the EOTechs and the ESPS3. I have a 512 that I'm rocking, but Drizzy, in your honest opinion, Do you think that the EOTech and the magnifier is worth the price? Because that's like, I have a HoloSun dot and just a HoloSun magnifier I'm running. I do actually am like a pretty big fan of the HoloSun dots, just because they are pretty like cheap. Drizzy says, "Hell no, yeah, dude." I I don't have beef with EOTechs. Obviously, they're good optics. I just like, you know how everyone will shit on the Glock and be like, well, they don't have any features and like it's outdated. I mean, I would fucking argue the same for EOTechs. Like they don't have shake wake. They don't really. A lot of them don't have the auto on, auto off. Um, so I don't know. I think EOTechs are overpriced. Sorry, we're getting lost here. Is your ace 5.56 or 7.62? 7.62. If weight bothers you, hit the gym. Agree. Based. Baptized by fire, he can justify the cost of an EOTech. If shit hits the fan scenario, I won't be hitting the gym. I'll be surviving. Dude, I'll be hitting the gym every day still. I have plans to just overtake the gym and just make it my like Pokemon gym leader fortress. And to enter the gym to fight me, you have to like outbench me and shit, and then we can have our duel to the death. Oh, he says I can't justify the cost of an EOTech. All right, good, yeah. Again, I've shot a bunch of EOTechs. They're good optics, but fuck, man. For $500 or for $600, like I'm buying a new gun. I'm not buying a fucking optic. I've got a home gym that I built. Dude, that's dope. I feel like I don't know. I like all my stupid machines and stuff at the gym too much. I don't wish for a lighter rifle. I pray for stronger arms. You don't have to pray, baby. You just got to hit that gym, son. We should all just start juicing. I don't do steroids. I am accused of doing steroids almost daily, but I don't. Do I know of a good range in Indiana? The one boy is from Indiana, unless that's you, so he might know. I personally do not know of a good range in Indiana. We got all the guns and the liquor. You won't be going to a gun store. You'll be going to the gym first thing. Yeah, we got the guns and we got some booze stashed away over here. I'm actually kind of running a little bit low on my liquor supplies. There's a lot of bottles, but they all are like kind of skimpy. I do roids. I don't care. My muscles look good. Honestly, I can't hate on it. Yeah, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I don't, says everybody who does steroids. No, I get drug tested fairly frequently for work, so I can't. Sorry, I think I missed a couple. Best EDC when on the treadmill. Yeah, my gym gun, I actually have a couple videos on that too, is the P365 Legion. I rock that bitch in a fanny pack, and I always have it with me at the gym. Honestly, the Vortex UH1 is a cheaper, better EOTech. The SAS uses that optic. Yeah, I like Vortex quite a bit. I like all the optics brands that like have reasonably priced optics with more features, with some good durability. I don't know. I mean, I get the EOTechs, like it probably is the most like indestructible optic, I guess, on the market, but for my use, bro has the natural jacked physique. Yeah, dude, it's a lot of fucking time at the gym all day, every day. Glenn Fitch, 12-year all day long. Y'all carry pistols in the gym? Hell yeah, dude. I carry a FN P90 SBR in my backpack with 4 mags just in case. Hell yeah, dude. Hey, do you like that P90, Drizzy? I've been thinking about buying one. All right, so like I said, one of my biggest beefs with the Chris Vector is the fucking polymer frame. I just feel like it's really like, I don't know, like this gun or that gun or this gun, like the metal frame guns, like I feel like I can just abuse a little bit more and they're not gonna fucking explode. I feel like with a Vector, if I like tripped and fell on it, I'm like picturing carrying my Vector in like an EDC backpack, right? And I'm picturing like falling on it and it just exploding and cracking the polymer. It just feels like really shitty polymer to me, and I don't really know why. What do you think about aim points? I like aim points. The aim point acro, I think, is a really awesome optic option. It's just, again, kind of the expense. I will say, actually, I had the Kraken, the Swamp Fox Kraken red dot on this handgun to kind of be my like copium aim point, and it fucking sucks. Do not buy the Kraken red dot. It's terrible. Cerakote, anodize or Cerakote. Mr. Roy, I know you're kind of new to the ARs and the guns and all that stuff. People will kind of make fun of you if you have anodized like red parts and pieces on your AR. Not that I don't think you should give a shit what anyone thinks or what anyone says. So if you like those red or blue anodized parts, man, you do you, dog. But I think Cerakote, but even this one here, I'm gonna turn the camera so I can flip this right quick. But even Cerakote, so this is a Cerakoted slide, and I guess it's kind of hard to see, but it's like it got scuffed up pretty easily. A lot towards, I guess you can't really tell because of the camo, but I feel like Cerakote gets scuffed up pretty easily. I've been looking at this steel and lead Prometheus, but it's almost expensive as an EO. Yeah, to be honest, I really like iron sights. I love the traditional AK iron sights. I for some reason do very well with them. And even the AR irons, I don't really mind. Got an acro on my Glock. It's such a workhorse of an optic. Yeah, dude, it's a good fucking optic. I like the vibe of the acro. We were talking about the P90. My dad used a P90. He was in the Navy. He loved it. That's fucking cool. Yeah, it's so fun to shoot. Plus, you get dudes mouth watering at the range. I love it. I love the envy. The envy at the range is like the whole vibe. 5.7 ammo has dropped in price here in Indiana. It's becoming super popular along with 10 mil. That's cool. Yeah, that was another big barrier. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Are they going to flag my video because I didn't touch it? It was an accident. Yeah, the 5.7 rounds, like they used to be like $1 a round. So that was kind of another pretty big barrier to entry there for me. But now the day is a wee bit cheaper. Blue tip for a box of 50 is only $35.99. Yeah, that's not bad. It's still, I don't know. I would argue that 5.6 or 5.56 and 7.62 by 39 are still probably like a little bit cheaper. I've seen them as low as 25. All right, so about the same cost as shooting like an AR or an AK, I guess. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I appreciate that AAC is making like some cheaper rounds, but I still think that they're maybe a little overpriced. I think the 5.7 is a cool round in general. It'd be interesting to. I don't know if I've actually ever shot a P90. How shitty is the trigger? Everyone always likes to bitch about the P90 trigger. My grandfather gave me 1,000 rounds of green tip 5.56. I don't even have a gun chambered in 5.56. I mainly shoot 7.62. So expensive. Ammo doesn't bother me. Yeah. So for range ammo, you don't mind using Wolf or some other cheap or dirty rounds? No, dude. Range ammo you should get as cheap as you humanly can find. The only thing that I would maybe caution you slightly about is like, so, we took you on the tour of the ammo closet earlier, and I shoot 55 grain, like hollow points because I train with 55 grain and I zero with 55 grain. So my only caution to you would be like, don't fucking like zero your optic with 55 grain and then go to shoot like hogs or something like hunting or whatever. And you're fucking, your optics all out of whack. But yeah, dude, cheaper ammo, the better for any sort of like hunting or fucking range ammo. If you're just joining the live stream, we appreciate you popping on. If you could subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. I feel attacked. All I shoot is brass. Now I used to shoot. Now I used to shoot steel when Tula was still available. I mean, I don't know. I do actually shoot a lot of brass AK rounds just because I for some reason have found them cheaper. But I have no. I've shot brass or I've shot steel out of this gun, like 9mm steel. I've shot 9mm steel out of my fucking like 2011. It's fine. Is your job related to security? I am unfortunately barred from speaking about work. So I'm not trying to be a dickhead. I can't talk about it. You have the Panzerfaust? I have no idea what that is. Does it feed? Yeah, I mean, most ammo is going to feed pretty well, to be incredibly honest, especially if it's like a range thing. Like you may get a jam every once in a blue moon, and you'll find some guns that hate steel. This might be like me being retarded, but I bought a box of 357 steel cased, and one of my revolvers just did not fucking like it at all. It's the Nazi RPG. No, I do not. I wish I did. That'd be cool. You ever use MR556? I have. I like it. Yeah, sorry, baptized by fire. It's like a non-disclosure agreement shit. So I hate like being a butt, but you know, it is what it is. Really wanted to get the long slide Nighthawk custom. It's my dream gun. Well, then get it, man. Don't fucking buy your AR and save up for that guy. I think this is going to be the first live stream that Pickles hasn't been on. It's kind of sad. Oh well. I do not have an STG-44 either. I do really like the World War II guns. I can't remember where we landed on this. We were talking about this on the live stream, I think yesterday or the day before. PSA was making an STG-44 clone, but I don't know if they actually... I don't know if they canceled that project or not. Pickles is at a divorce hearing. Yeah, probably. Pickles is one of the subscribers that always hops on the live stream, and he's been divorced twice, so that's why that joke is hilarious. We never got the Chicago kid from O Block on the channel again. He's probably 6 feet in the ground by now, unfortunately. You have M1S? I do not. I'm sorry. All right, hold on. I got to find a gun that I have for you, low budget, because I feel like I'm really letting you down here. But I have, we got tons of guns in the collection. I don't know how much of a dream gun, but I want a HK Mark 23 Metal Gear gun. That would be cool. Dude, I really wish HK would come out the MP7, or the SP7, like the civilian one. I think it'd be cool. The Chicago kid is running a drive-by on his ops. Yeah, dude, that guy was a little wild. He probably is. PSA made a damn H&K MP7 clone, but chambered in 5.7, wanted me to hurl and die. Dude, I don't know. I thought that was an ugly fucking gun. I thought that thing was like an abomination. Like, it's not even an MP7. It's the 5.7 PSA Rock with some fucking shitty chassis. I am not a fan of pistol chassis. I feel like they really don't work at all. I just don't like it. And they didn't even come out with that yet, right? I mean, I know they had like a bunch of videos on the like on SHOT Show and shit. I do not have the M2 Browning MG. I'm sorry. Not like all of those guns are kind of unobtainable, unfortunately. I shot the MP7. I was in for military service. It's a sweet gun. Really like to carry and shoot. That's fucking cool. How does it compare? I know it's like not even really a comparison, but how would you compare that to shooting like an AR, like recoil wise, I guess? Because sometimes some of those like smaller guns, like they still recoil just because they're fucking tiny. And I feel like the MP7 is a tiny little baby. What should I name my dog? It's a girl. Lola, or like Biscuits. maybe. Back home, people are still excited about the Glock conversion kits. LOL. Yeah, I actually, what was it fucking called? The Recover Tactical. Okay, I bought the Recover Tactical flesh curtains. LOL. I bought the Recover Tactical like Glock kit, and I actually ended up selling it because I fucking hated it. Actually, I think that was the first video I ever posted on the channel was the Recover Tactical 2020 shitty little Glock conversion. And I ended up selling it because it didn't work very well. It felt real shitty. All right, so we're talking about comparing the MP7 to like a M16 or something. So shot the HK416 just before. I would say it's about the same. Interesting. So I guess you can get like low recoil in a smaller packet. I don't know. I think that the MP7 is just, it's one of those things now for everybody that like everyone wants it and they're just never going to come out with it. It kind of sucks that the Tommy built tactical MP7 kind of sucks. I have a German short-haired named Lola. It's a fun fact. Do you have a PPSH 42? No, I really wish I had all these World War II guns for you. I do have one. I have one World War II gun in the collection, and I have one World War I gun in the collection, which is kind of cool. So I'm sure I'll get those guns out at some point. Do you have a CZ? And if so, have you ever Cajunized it? I don't have a CZ. I like CZs. I just don't know. I kind of tend to go more for like SIG stuff. Do you have an M13 with a suppressor? Well, I have, this is probably the closest gun to that. And I do run this kind of M4 clone with this suppressor most often. M14. Yeah, so this is probably like the closest M14 gun I have in the collection. Wait, M14 or M4? An M14. All right, so we're talking like the fucking PSA, or not PSA, the, oh my God. Who makes the M1A? Springfield. I have a Ruger Mini 14. That's probably the closest thing. I don't think I've actually brought that out on a live. I'll bring that out tomorrow for you, low budget. The Ruger Mini 14 is, so the M14 is chambered historically in 308. The Ruger Mini 14 is chambered in 556, but they do look very, very similar. Shoot any competition. I've done a competition or two, and I plan on doing more. I think they're a lot of fun, and I think I do pretty well. Roy says, I've been considering a P226 Legion SAO. Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what this gun is. So this is the P226 SAO, but it's the ZevTech version. There are a couple of differences between this one and the Legion, but the Legion is a great choice. I actually almost bought the Legion instead of this one, but for me, I liked the way that the ZevTech model looked a little bit better. Official Ammo Alchemist, what's up, dude? 2-Bit says, show us the 1911. I know you got one. I have a couple of 1911 platforms and a couple of 2011 platforms. They're just not on the table today. But if you go to my channel and subscribe to the channel, you'll see plenty of content on 2011s and 1911 stuff, because I do have some in the collection. Do you have a musket? Yeah, I mean, in a sense, I have a couple of like muzzle loader flintlock guns that are pretty cool. They are tucked away in the gun safe at the moment, but yeah, it's kind of fun to me because, like, I don't know, the other day we were talking about like bolt actions. Everyone wanted to see a bolt action, so I mean, I can bring out some of the older guns. I usually just kind of grab whatever is tickling my fancy that day, but for low budget, I got to bring out the Mini 14 tomorrow because he's asking about the M14. Oh, Alchemist and Roy know each other. That's cool. I've been thinking about falling into the thirst trap and spending the money on the LWRCI SMG 45. I wouldn't, Drizzy. I've shot it. I wasn't really super impressed. They had incredible reliability, or not reliability, but accuracy issues with that gun. I know in the early gens, I don't really know if they fixed that. And the other kind of wonky thing about the SMG 45 is you actually need, like, to suppress it, you need a pistol booster. Like, you need the piston booster system because of the way the barrel works, which is just kind of funky. Low budget says that's sick. Baptized by fire, that would be the P365X macro. Wait, hold on. I don't think it's that overrated. Dylan Martin Fishing, can I request the Sega 12 for the next stream? Yes. All right, hold on. I wish I had like a piece of paper. So for tomorrow's live, we'll do the Sega 12 for Dylan Martin Fishing. We'll do the Mini 14, and maybe we'll bring out like either the bolt action or like a muzzle loader with the flintlock muzzle loader is pretty cool. Maybe I'll bring that one out. Okay, I'll remember that. We'll do those on the live stream tomorrow. I have the P365 Legion, which is essentially the P365 macro, and I fucking love that gun. In my opinion, it shoots better than a full size like Glock 17. And it's incredibly small, it's incredibly lightweight, and then you still have that 17+1 capacity. When are you normally live? I don't know. The short answer is kind of whenever I want to be. I tried to schedule out today's. I don't know if it even notifies everybody when y'all are like, when I'm scheduled. I have no idea. I mean, tomorrow's Sunday, I'm off, so I'll probably do like maybe a noon and like a 6 p.m. tomorrow, one of those two times maybe. Have you shot the new Fuse? ? Any thoughts? I don't know. I haven't shot it. So it's what? You can change out the frame size. But in my opinion, so I bought the P365 Legion. Okay, so I saw the scheduled stream and I had an option to get notified when it went live. All right, cool. So I'll try and schedule tomorrow's too. I'll schedule tomorrow's. I won't suck. I'll be good. What's the most overrated gun in the market? Staccato P. Staccato P is the most overrated gun in the market, hands down. $2,500 for the fucking optics cut version, and especially with all the other 2011s on the market now, I think it's absolutely overrated. If you're just joining the channel, please subscribe. I really do appreciate the subscriptions, and I love the comment section. The Zenith ZF5s also caught my eye. I really want an MP5 bad. I just don't feel like spending HK prices. I looked at the PTR, wasn't feeling it, to be honest. I've shot the PTR one quite a bit. I remember for some reason I was leaning towards buying the PTR over the Zenith, but I can't really remember. I wanted to say it was maybe because the PTR was like railed for optics. I'm not quite sure if the Zenith is or not. AK-74U. So I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna buy the PSA Krinkov. I don't have true AK-74 SU yet. The Rifle Dynamics Quick Hatch that I have in the collection is probably the closest thing to that because it is kind of like a fucking whatever, AKS-74U. Do I have a dedicated IG? I do. Yeah, it's Muzzle Broke Media. It's got the same like YouTube logo and everything. I have the IG. To be honest, I post on YouTube a lot more, but I can try and do better at posting on the Instagrams. I don't really know how much the PTR is. Are they worth it? Honestly, like asking price in this market. We're talking about the Zeniths. Yeah, well, all right. So the PTR one I wanted to say was like $1,300. I think the Zenith one was pretty similarly priced. I mean, I think if you want it, it's worth it. If we're talking strictly, if we're talking strictly practicality, no. Why would you buy a small 9mm gun when you can buy, especially with the shitty MP5 ergonomics, when you could buy like a, 7-inch barrel, 300 blackout AR. It's going to have better ergonomics. It's going to be cheaper. It's going to be better ballistically capable. It's going to be better to suppress. So from a practicality standpoint, is an MP5 or MP5 clone worth it? Probably not. But like, if you like the MP5, if it gives you Call of Duty vibes, if it gets your dick hard, then fucking, buy it, man. Staccato is a common answer for that question. Yeah, Staccato, not that they're bad guns, but I actually kind of have a good handful of videos on the channel on how I was able to kind of like pimp out the Springfield Prodigy and get it to shoot faster and flatter than any sort of Staccato for like a fraction of the cost. Yeah, so the guns that we have out on the table, so we got the P226 Zev, we got the kind of XM4 Call of Duty AR-15, and then we got the Glock 17 and the RPK hanging out in the background. It's just for nostalgia, to be honest. I already own a Scorpion 3 plus PCC. Yeah, dude, then get it. They're good. Like I said, I've shot the PTR one quite a bit. And there's a decent amount of like aftermarket stuff for the PTRs too, which is cool. Or for any of the MP5s. If you bought a really expensive gun like a Lugo Alien, that bitch is overrated too, or a Wilson Combat and used it if needed for self-defense, knowing the police would take it. Yeah, they probably would if you actually used it. Did you get into guns because of COD? No. I mean, I grew up hunting and stuff a lot, so I've been shooting since I was 4 or 5 years old. So I was into guns before I ever was into video games. If you're using a Lugo Alien for self-defense, you might as well hand your damn wallet over. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the theory is if you have a Lugo Arms Alien, you probably don't have any money to rob anyways, so you're probably safe either way. I don't know. I think that gun personally is like fucking ugly. I just think it's an ugly gun. I mean, it's a cool concept, and I love when people are gonna do like, you know, innovative shit, but I just don't think it's worth that cost. Because that gun's what? I don't even know. Use a high point for self-defense. I wouldn't do that either. Yeah, I don't know. I've shot a couple of high points and they work, but the second that you like dirty them up, it's no bueno. $4,000 for the Lugo Alien. Yeah, that's just, I keep saying that's fucking way too expensive, but I don't know. I definitely have a couple of guns in the collection that were that much. And they're probably not the most practical. Where are you from? Kind of the Midwest area is where I grew up. I guess the police are not giving that shit back. Yeah, I don't know. It's actually getting into not that we're like a legal channel, but getting into the legalities of like all of the self-defense stuff are a little weird. A high point works with the robber to mess you up. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to buy a high point. The guy at the pheasant hunt I was at told me he had a client who was a doctor, and him and his 2 sons both had tailor-made over-unders from England that were fitted specifically to them. Cost them $100,000. Jesus Christ. That's fucking wild. My local FFL has a Yeet cannon 10mm high point. I almost bought for $200. Fuck it. I'd buy it. Why not? It says Yeet cannon on it. Yeah, I've considered buying one of the super cheap Yeet cannons and like spray painting it just to like be a jackass. I think I actually am. I had it in my cart today and I honestly completely forgot. I'm going to buy this 1911 because it comes with 2 different grips and I'm going to like spray paint the grips like all shitty. I'm picturing like a black and pink tiger stripe 1911 grips because it comes with the wood ones anyways. Hold on 1 second. Bum. I really need to figure out a better way to stabilize this phone. I feel like I'm giving you guys fucking seizures. Is this stuff real? Yes. What the fuck, man? I mean, if the gun seizes up, that high point is so heavy, you checked it at the enemy, it's gonna hurt. Uh, do you have any shooting range? I don't own a shooting range. I go to the shooting ranges quite frequently. I love me the outdoor shooting range, but there's also an indoor shooting range, like right up the road from the house. So I go to that one sometimes too. But I really fucking hate indoor shooting ranges. They're just not fun. What else? Yeah, I would like, actually, it was kind of on my list of things to do to buy some property and like fucking make a shooting range. Dude, because that's the best. Yeah, Glizzy or Drizzy with the Glizzy says wishes he had his own shooting range. Yeah, I agree. Um, One of my favorite ranges to shoot at was just like my dad's like buddy has this farm and they just fucking made like a big old dirt backstop and it's a lot of fun. If you're just joining the channel, I appreciate you popping on. Please drop me a comment. We'll chit chat about something. And if you can subscribe to the channel, I really would appreciate it. Not that I don't appreciate the 22 of you that are here right now, but this live stream today has kind of been a little bit of a bust. It may not be worth it for me to do Saturday night live streams. Classic Defense is he's really trying to steal my identity today, asking how old I am and where I live and all this stuff. If any of you need an outdoor range, I can give you the address to my ex-wife's house. Why is everyone on my channel fucking divorced? I have a range that my grandfather and I put together, 100 yards with a $25 pistol tree. That's fucking awesome. That's the dream right there, man. How do we like this AR? Do we want more ARs? Do we want more AKs? Dude, classic defense. Why are we getting so personal with the questions? I'm not coming for you, but I feel like you're asking my like credit card security questions. Where did you grow up? How old are you? Where are you from? Are you married? Drizzy's still married for now, dude. Not for fucking long. Everyone. I think my channel is exclusively divorced dads for some reason. I guess I kind of do give off divorced dad vibes myself, but I try not to. What else? More AK, LOL. AK work fine, never clean. Just pour Coke and good to go. Oh, Classic Defense says sorry. We're just joking around. We're having a good time. Yeah, I love my AKs. I love my ARs too, but I feel like I have to. Last firearm purchase a few weeks ago had the question, "Am I non-binary?" Question mark. Interesting. Well, if you're Hunter Biden, you can just lie. I'm married, but I feel like my wife is going to kick me out if I keep expending on guns. Yeah, well, it's best not to tell the ladies. Well, dude, honestly, their fucking purses are just as expensive and like arguably more retarded. It's kind of like disgusting to me. Next time you're like with your girl, ask her, "Oh, how much did that purse cost?" And she's gonna hit you with the fucking 3,500, and you're gonna gag. Is this stuff for home defense? Honestly, no. I don't. Out of all four guns, the RPK, this AR, the 226 Zev, and this specific Glock, I don't use any of these guns for home defense. Actually, I do have a good handful of home defense guns in the rotation, but Classic Defense is a Fed. Yeah, I agree. Tell her it's an investment. Sure, why not? I collect guns. She collects cats. Well, she's one step away from being a single cat lady, so she better watch it out. Watch out for it. Classic is an ATF agent. Is after your dog. No, not the puppy. Classic Defense is a coworker trying to get you fired. Probably. Hey, but that's why I'm rocking the channel. I really want to quit my job. So one day, if the channel grows, and I'm gonna try. I'm doing my best to grow this fucking channel. So if you do have any friends that are into gun shit, tell them about my channel because YouTube loves to fucking just not push any of my content because it's fucking firearm related. So, oh, and for the YouTube AI chat moderators, there are no firearm sales on the channel. I haven't said that in a couple minutes. Uh, Joke's on him. My dog is rigged with tannerite. Dude, fucking tannerite is way too much fun. Oh, man. Why? What else is going on tonight? Well, I feel like I keep asking myself, like, why is like nobody on the stream? But I guess it's like Saturday at 8 p.m. My live stream last night, I did like a live stream from like 11 to 12, like midnight yesterday, and like there were a ton of fucking people on it. So it's kind of interesting to me that this time is not as successful. Maybe I'll get on and do a live, like a quick, like 30, 40-minute live stream before bed tonight. Most of my friends don't have guns. Wait till the zombie apocalypse hits. Yes, I'm fed from India. Okay. Dylan Martin fishing. It's 9 p.m. where I live. Yeah, Massachusetts. Massive two shits. Use them as bait. Yeah, all right. So that's like kind of another interesting thing too. Apparently, a lot of the gun tubers, like most of their audience is from like India. I didn't know that. Kind of interesting. Mine is 80% American. I checked this today because I was looking at the stats. Would I consider applying for an FFL? Meh. To be honest, I haven't really looked into it. What's even the benefit? Like, because you need your SOT to get full auto guns, right? So I guess, well, if Dylan Martin Fishing has looked into it, what's the benefit of an FFL? Like, I really just don't know. It's just kind of me being ignorant. But I know to have full auto stuff, you need the SOT. Too much paperwork, too much money. Yeah, dude, fucking with everything in life nowadays. If you're just tuning into the live stream, I would really appreciate a subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment. We'll chit chat. We're having a good time. Did you ever visited India? I have never been to India. Not that I have beef with India specifically, I guess. I just, me. I kind of want to do light gun mods back home. What do you mean light gun mods? So we got the Glock 17, the Call of Duty looking AR, courtesy of Black Ops 6, the 226 Zev, and the RPK hanging out in the background. I promise I'm going to put this RPK away. I feel like it's been on almost every live stream for like almost no fucking reason. You could do what Grantham did, cheat on his wife and get hooked on TRT and make his entire channel his weak-ass personality. That's kind of funny. I don't know really much about Garantha. I mean, obviously I watch his videos sometimes, but is that what happened? I know he had to post. God, that was kind of a wild. I don't want to talk shit, but that was kind of like a wild Instagram post where it's just like, hey, me and my wife are like getting divorced and like blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, that kind of. I guess it's like, I don't know, a good problem to have for a famous person that you have to like address it, but. He has like a bunch of young kids and stuff too. It's kind of sad. I would hate to get divorced, and that's I guess why I haven't gotten married. Well, good. Well, Drizzy, I can replace Garantham for you. Just subscribe to the channel, like all the videos, tag all your friends who don't like guns. The Classic Defense India Fed says he only owns one gun. What gun do you own, Classic Defense? Spelled incorrectly. What's the heaviest caliber in your rotation? I have a 450 Bushmaster bolt action that I fucking love. FFL owners can import guns, ship guns to their house, perform their own background checks, import ammo, and buy some guns that are not available to the public. So I guess for me, I would need to know what are the cool guns that I could import and what are the guns that I couldn't buy from the public. I think I would want to know those two things. Classic Defense says the TAR 21. Alrighty, if you're just tuning into the channel, I appreciate you tuning into the channel. Please hit the channel with a subscribe. I really do appreciate it. We were talking a little bit about the RPK, a little bit about the Glock 17, a little bit about the AR, and a little bit about the 226. I'm Marcos Official in Indian Navy. All right, Classic Defense, then I expect every single Indian Navy soldier to be subscribed to my channel by tomorrow. That is your homework assignment for tonight. On tomorrow live stream, Dylan wants me to rock the Sega 12. I think someone was talking about the M14, so we'll rock the M14 tomorrow. And we'll rock one of the old school bolt actions too. Most dreaded day at the gym is leg day. All right, so wait, hold on. I'm gonna. Yeah, so the goal for the gym is just to get your upper body so incredibly fucking jacked that your legs just have to. So the goal for the gym is just to get your upper body like so incredibly jacked that your legs just get strong from lugging it around. That's the goal. Classic Defense, the Fed again. All right, my dude, I'm about to catch a WWE pay-per-view. LOL, I'm out. All right, Baptized by Fire, loved having you on the channel today. I'm also going to rock out here. Appreciate you guys joining. I'll be on live tomorrow. Please subscribe to the channel, y'all. Thanks for popping in.